Hello. Hello, VC. Oh, blimey. Vinyl community. Oh, God. Oh, his glasses take a big head than used to. How the devil are you? Yes, I'm back. Lord help yous. Mike, Vinyl Spiral. Just gone past 300 subs. Well done to you, sir. He's a smashing chap. Smashing chap. Please go check out his channel. Like, subscribe, thumbs up and comment and all that malarkey. You know what to do. I can trust you to go over and check his channel out. Lovely smashing guy. Regularly appears on the Thursday live stream. Ian's Ranking the Obvious live stream. So yeah, he's running a bit of a thread. 5 albums, artists. Well, I suppose you could use 7-inch singles if you wanted. Bands you never really liked or hated even, but you like now, you love now, you're into them. I've done a bit of a variation on it. You have to excuse me, my nose is running a bit, so grab the old tissue. I've done a bit of a variation on it. It's well, it'll become obvious as we go along. There is one band I did particularly hate, and I had a bit of a campaign against them. But oh, that's better. Yeah, well, it'll all become obvious as we go along. The first artist, Nat. David Bowie. Now I'm going back to the day when Ashes to Ashes reached #1 in the British charts. I didn't exactly hate him, didn't exactly like him, I was quite dismissive of him. Much loved by people in the VC, much loved around the world. Back in the day, his music, didn't care at all for it. I thought a lot of it was kind of pretentious rubbish at the time, but as I've got older, and especially after seeing his stuff being held up and shown in the VC and talked about, you kind of sort of mellow out a bit, don't you? And you think, well, I'll go back and perhaps listen to the odd song or two. Oh, what's the one, the Ground Control to Major Tom one? I've got that on 7-inch single actually, and I came across this at a car boot sale years ago. It's dirt cheap, and this is on the KTEL label. KTEL, and I thought, oh, why not? We'll pick it up, and I quite like a lot of his stuff now. I do enjoy it. I enjoy this, but this and the odd single is probably as far as I'll go. I'm not really intending to buy any of his albums, even after hearing how people love them so much and how influential they are, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, David Bowie, #1 choice. Didn't exactly hate him, didn't exactly love him at the time, but he's okay now, he's not too bad. Second one, Mike did this. Kate Bush. This is my original copy, the Hounds of Love LP. Now I hated that bloody Wuthering Heights. All that sort of wailing and whatever you used to hear when it was being played on the radio. I detested it, and I detested her. But by the way, this is on the EMI label. I'm not going to get them out of the sleeves. But yeah, I detested it, hated it. But then 1985. Running up that hill. I saw it on telly. I think it must have been Top of the Pops or something like that. I saw the video to it. Heard the song. I also heard, you know, various other tracks off this album being played on the radio. Hounds of Love, Big Sky, Cloud Busting was the one that did it for me. That was an absolute wow moment for me. Hearing that, I don't know why, hearing that song, seeing the video. Video is more like a theatrical type piece. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Loved this album. I went out and got it, found it. Yeah, this absolutely sort of changed my opinion of Kate Bush for me. I've got to admit, I've not got any of her other albums. I perhaps won't get them. I might do. We'll see. But this was bloody fantastic. And she weren't a bad old girl. She's a British treasure, Kate Bush. So yeah, number 2. This one changed my opinion on her completely. Number 3, I've pulled 2 albums out. And I've just realised I'm one short, but it doesn't matter because I haven't got any albums by them at all anyway. So yeah, back in the day, 84, yeah, it must have been start of April. I got heavily into the mod scene, the mod revival, and the scootering scene in general. I gave up with the mods after my heads are too far up their own arses. And there was a bit of a dust up at Clacton Scooter Rally where I punched one of them. Anyway, because of the scene I was into and a lot of the music that went with it and that, sort of the pop music at the time, people like me weren't really into. Very, very dismissive of it. Some of the pop synth bands had been around since 1980 and onwards. It was kind of considered a bit girly, you know, if you know what I mean. It was something like the girls would be more into. So you had bands like Japan, and this is the better album, Tin Drum. Yeah, bands like Japan. Other synth pop type bands as well. Perhaps Ultravox, Human League, Yazoo. Perhaps considered a bit girly. You know, is that not the sort of thing somebody like myself would be into? Because I was busy listening to sort of the Jam and stuff like that. Motown, soul, punk, psychobilly, and everything that kind of was encapsulated within the scootering scene. But as the years went on, you kind of get older and you mellow out, don't you? And I had a mate who was into Japan back in the day. And like I say, very dismissive of it. And every so often, VC videos, I'd hear Japan being mentioned, and I remember them from back in the day. And I suppose the tune I remember the most was Ghosts. And then when I looked for it online, ended up buying a 7-inch single and really getting into them. And I really do love Japan now. Great synth pop band. Like I say, very dismissive. Almost hating that sort of style of music back in the day, but love it now. I mean, I've got Ultravox albums in the back there, and Yazoo, Human League. Yeah, Japan. Hated it, dismissed it back in the day. Love it now. Always on the lookout for Japan albums. So yeah, number 3, Japan. Number 4, I haven't picked anything out because I've not got any albums by them. I think I've got a 7-inch single somewhere, but I haven't dug it out. And that's Roet. Now, my mum's hubby back in the day, he was a big Tull fan. He had a load of their albums, Heavy Horses, Aqualung, Songs from the Wood. And whenever he put them on the record player and that, I used to sit there giggling to myself, thinking, what the hell is this old sort of country bumpkin type music? You know, I hated it. It was bloody awful. But like I say, I suppose it didn't help because I was into a certain genre, style of music associated with the scooter scene still. So yeah, I hated it. Very dismissive of it. Now I don't mind them. You hear them being mentioned every so often on the VC videos. So yeah, I've heard a few Tull tunes. Really like them. I really enjoyed what I've heard so far. I will start buying the odd album or two by them, but I've got other stuff on my mind at the minute, record-wise. There is one tune I do particularly like, and that's on the Aqualung album. I think it's on the Aqualung album, and that's a song called Locomotive Breath. And I've seen Tull on YouTube doing that live. So yeah, number 4, Jethro Tull. Absolutely hated him. Hated hearing him. Very dismissive of him. Like I say, I thought it was just ooh-wah, 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 country bumpkin crap folk music. I hate saying that, but that's what I used to think at the time. You know, what the hell's this bloody rubbish? Get it off. Get some Who on or something like that with a jam, or the Specials, or Madness, you know. So yeah, Jethro Tull, number 4. Number 5, I've saved the best till last. Number 5, yeah. Back in the day, and I still love this band, absolutely adore this band. The Jam. This is my favourite Jam album, All Mod Cons, by a Nat's Whisker. Setting Suns is number 2 for me. This is number 1. On the Polydor label. All Mod Cons are a brilliant segue into To Be Someone. Fantastic, fantastic album. I absolutely loved the Jam back in the day. And when I heard that Paul Weller decided to, well, he says he hasn't split the band up and they're no more. He says he never left, you know, sort of permanently. A load of old bollocks that is. Yeah, when they did pack it in, and he formed the Style Council. Show you that again quickly. When he formed Style Council, I thought, well, you Weller, you know, what the hell did you do that for? But I suppose if you look back at it, perhaps the Jam were going a bit stale, and he just wanted to experience new adventures and that. But I had a right old cob on. Whenever the Style Council were ever on the radio, I used to turn it off. Or on the telly, I'd turn it over or walk out the bloody room. I hated and detested him. And I hated and detested Weller for what he did. I'd always found Weller highly pretentious anyway. And the Style Council proved that, I think. But over the years, after seeing Style Council stuff in VC videos and car boot sales, flea markets, used to see the CDs and the vinyl, I caved in. Started listening to the odd tune, and I really liked what I heard, to be honest. I felt a bit of a traitor for liking them. but I ended up buying the stuff anyway. So yeah, Style Council, I've got a load of their 7-inch singles, I've got albums, 12-inch singles. So yeah, there you have it. Number 5, the Style Council. I don't listen to Paul Weller's solo stuff, got no intention of listening to it. The Jam and the odd one of these is all I need. I know Rob Walker loves Paul Weller. But yeah, there you go, the Jam. At one point I hated and detested them. I had my own little protest. So yeah, there you go, Mike. I hope that was all right for you. 5 bands, artists. Sorry I couldn't show any Jethro Tull stuff. I didn't like, dismissed, detested, etc. And I've grown to like them over the years, and probably more so during this VC period. I mean, I've been doing videos 2 years, but I've been watching VC videos about 2-3 years before then. So yeah, I've had plenty of time to listen to these groups, bands. And there you go. So yeah, bless you. 300 subs, well done, Mike. Onwards and upwards. He's a nice chap. Go over, have a look at his channel, have a go at doing this thread. Cheerio, bye for now.